Welcome back to the Let's Get Real video series where we put the real back in commercial real estate. I'm your host, Commercial Crystal.
And I'm Tyler Rice. Let's get into it. Hello everyone and welcome to this next episode. We have a very special guest for you today. I want to introduce Mark Maruszak of Central Bank and Trust. He is an expert when it comes to small business administration, also known as SBA financing for any type of commercial business or project. We are here in downtown Colorado Springs at the 3E's Comedy Club. Commercial Crystal worked with them getting this place set up, and we are very, very thrilled to be here. And thanks for coming along.
Tyler, thanks for having me. We're really looking forward to this discussion.
Awesome. Well, let's get right into it.
Yeah.
How can small businesses utilize the SBA for their financing, and how does that equivalent to commercial real estate as well?
Well, the SBA can be utilized in a variety of different ways. The SBA offers multiple programs. You have the 7A and the 504 loan that both can be used in the real estate world. But in addition to that, utilizing the 7A program, business acquisitions, equipment purchases, a lot of different things that will allow businesses to continue to grow and, expand within our community.
Awesome. Now, how can a business prepare for trying to qualify for an SBA loan? Someone either wants to purchase property, expand their business, or just go from simple, they started their business in their garage or their basement, and they're looking to get into their first retail center, their first warehouse, whatever that looks like. Well, how can businesses prepare before they come to you, and what kind of questions are you going to ask in order to finance such a loan?
Well, I think the biggest thing is really being prepared from a financial perspective in regards to having your updated P&L balance sheet. Also, having your tax returns from your prior years if it's an expansion situation, or in the case of real estate, we have a lot of people that maybe are leasing now and would really like to, own their own building. And it's a great time to be looking for that, that opportunity. So, making sure that you have your financials in line and up to date. I think that's one of the biggest things that will really help move your, the pre-qualification process along, so that we can, give you an answer quickly on this is whether it's realistic or not.
Awesome. Now, we're always advocates for having a bookkeeper, having some sort of CPA that knows numbers, that knows your books. So when they come to you, what is the difference that you see when a client has a professional bookkeeper? They give you all that information rather than they're doing it themselves as a new business owner and they give it to you. What kind of differences do you see in comparison between having a professional and not?
That's a wonderful question, and it is something we certainly advocates for CPAs and bookkeepers. Also, we want to make sure that the financials are as in order as possible. It helps make both the pre-qualification process and the underwriting process so much easier. You're going to have fewer questions if there's any discrepancies when we're comparing, because you're going to be looking at multiple years of financials. So in doing so, if there's any difference or discrepancy from year to year, a lot of times the business owner, we even hear this sometimes when we have these questions, is they'll have to go to their CPA for it. And business owner prepared financials, usually they're trying to run a business.
Right.
And so, trying to do the day-to-day, also do the bookkeeping, manage employees, all the different functions of a business owner. It's a lot for one person to kind of take on, or even a small group of people. So, highly recommend that that they are working with a CPA or a bookkeeper to keep things up to date, and especially when it comes to lending, it's going to make that process easier on them.
Awesome.
And more.
So it sounds like it's worth it. You heard it here first from the lender himself. I know we talk about it a lot. Get a bookkeeper, get a CPA, get a professional accountant in some form, because it is worth it. You never know when you're going to need them for something like this. Now, talk a little bit about what are the most common problems that you see when it comes to delays in businesses trying to acquire such these loans?
Well, we've seen this. You certainly would understand this. In the last couple years, there has been a lot of activity in the commercial real estate market, and that has really poured over into business acquisitions and other transactions for lending. And there's usually really strict time periods where you have to have your financing in place, and we have a closing date set. It's not very open-ended. So the biggest thing that will cause those delays is really those indiscrepancies in the financials, and then also from a borrower perspective, the turnaround time. So as a lender, we want to move an opportunity forward as quick as possible for our borrowers and get them to that closing table on time. And when it does come back from underwriting or in a preliminary in preparation for underwriting, when it's coming from the lender, where we are trying to get a package together so that we can submit it to underwriting, when we ask for something, whether it's an updated profit and loss statement, something, maybe you've got one that's stale dated, is a few months back, getting that over to us as quickly as possible. That will make your process move more expediently, and it will be more enjoyable because you'll have your answer quicker. And then also when it does go into underwriting, if there's questions that come from underwriting, respond quickly to those.
Right.
Underwriters, they're usually looking at multiple loans. So in those cases, they're going to move on to the next loan if they don't get a quick response, because they're going to, they got to bounce back and forth between a few, requests at any given time.
Awesome. Awesome. Yeah. Cool. Well, that's all the time we have for today. Thank you so much once again for joining us, and we'll talk soon.
Yeah.
Thanks.